Welcome back to the Pro Football Historian channel. I'm your host, Flynn Given. Today we'll be previewing Week 7's games. We also had a Thursday night game, a pretty close game. Obviously the second half until the end wasn't very close. And the end of the first half was probably the big difference why it wasn't a close game. So I thought the Saints, they played pretty well offensively. The turnovers were big, and you don't throw three interceptions in the first half. First one was definitely just, you could say, late or not perfectly. It was covered also, kind of. So just not a great decision there. Second one, I can't really blame on him, pick six. And then the second pick six, some people blame him. He got hit on the throw. It's partially him and the offensive line. Either way, bad interception, and one it was iffy on him, and another one that wasn't. Still not a great game, but overall, otherwise, was pretty good. Run game wasn't great. Didn't have many big runs. They could have had some other bigger plays, and even though Olave had 7 catches, some of the other targets, he had chances to haul some of them in. And for the Cardinals, they played somewhat efficiently. It wasn't great, but 2 pick sixes and, just running the ball late, made them hold on to the lead, and they recovered a couple onside kicks, and that won the game for them. Let's go to the first game of Sunday. Well, the first of 7 1 o'clock games. Is the Browns and Ravens. I'm leaning toward the Ravens this game. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. They finally showed some signs of actually running the ball. Kenyon Drake last week. And for a traditional bat, I'm not talking about Lamar runs and plays like that. But just they kept running the same run play, and it was working last week against the Giants. Browns tried to side Tyler Davison maybe to help the run defense, but they're just one of the smallest run defenses in the league. You saw the Patriots kind of take advantage of that, and I think it's probably going to be the reason why the Browns win this game. Moving on, Tampa Bay, Carolina. It's just hard to pick Carolina in any game right now. That's why I'm pretty much going to pick the Bucs, even on the road. They haven't played great football, but a lot of teams in the league are 3-3 around that, haven't played good. But Carolina they're lucky to score 10 a week, and it's usually a special teams or defensive touchdown that helps get some points. And the run. I don't think the Bucs can take advantage of the run defense of the Panthers, and it's gonna be hard to throw against them. Ultimately, I think Brady's gonna take care of the ball. He's done really well taking care of the ball this year. And again, I'm just picking Bucs. Don't expect much offensively from the Panthers. Now Christian McCaffrey's traded. I don't know really where they go in the offense. DJ Moore is really the only dominant player, and they just don't get the ball to him much. Atlanta, Cincinnati. This is a game. It's very tough for me because I think Atlanta really matches up well against the Bengals. I think this is going to be a close game. But I'm going to go Cincinnati, but not super confident on it. I think the Falcons are going to be able to run the ball okay against the Bengals. And Cincinnati, I don't see them being able to run the ball, and it's going to be about passing the ball. And they should be able to take some advantage of some of the guys. And, A.J. Terrell, one of the best corners in the league, is going against Jamar Chase, you would expect. And Jamar Chase in their college matchup, in, LSU, what was it, Jordan? Whatever school, A.J. Terrell, sorry, for Clemson. Clemson was the team, and he didn't do too well against Jamar Chase. That's a few years now, but this is one of the guys I think could give problems for A.J. Terrell. And look, Jamar Chase is going to get problems for pretty much anyone. I don't think they have the corners to match up against T. Higgins and Boyd and all those guys. So I'm going to take the Cincinnati to barely win. Another game, I think DeAndre Swift will be back for Detroit. I could see Detroit running the ball pretty good, and that actually will allow them to maybe score some more points. They had a bye. They had a very bad game before the bye. But this is the one few team, one of the teams that has a great running game that can maybe do something against the Cowboys defense. But I'm going to take Dallas. Though I will be, it's a little uncertainty with Dak Prescott and how well he's going to be able to play off the injury. We've seen Russell Wilson last year struggle a few weeks before, getting fully healthy. So, again, I'll pick Dallas, but wouldn't be surprised, again, like Atlanta, if the road team wins it. And here's another game. I think Jacksonville's probably the better team. I know I've been saying this for weeks. Not super high on the Giants. I know they're 5-1. I think there's a really good coach team. They kind of play like the Patriots did maybe a decade ago. And, they keep it close. They don't turn over the ball. They run the ball, shorten the game, and, they come down the stretch. They hope you make a mistake, and that's what usually has been happening. I'm going to take the Giants, but I think the Jags are kind of better overall, all across the board. It's just hard to pick them after, 3 straight losses or whatever it's been. I'm going to take Giant, but I'm not confident in it. Moving on, though, you got Indianapolis, Tennessee. I'm going to pick Tennessee. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I know the Colts finally got some offense together. I think Jonathan Taylor might be playing. I'm not totally sure. But I think Tennessee's just equipped. They're home. They already played this Colts team. Expect them to win this game. And it should be, moderate scoring game. Moving on, I got Green Bay, Washington. Not sure if Green Bay's offense is going to do a ton. They got Sammy Watkins back this week, but they did lose some guys last week. We should expect, their offensive line. Who knows is going to be the starters for Green Bay, and Washington's defensive line is pretty good. So they might give some problems just like the Jets did against Green Bay. I think Green Bay's defense should be able to shut this offense down. I know there's pretty good receivers in Washington. Taylor Heineke is the quarterback. Played him last year already in Washington. I think it was in Washington. But yeah, they have familiarity because they already played Washington last year and they played Taylor Heineke. And if Green Bay can pass protect and they run the ball well, I think they could be even a big margin of victory for the Packers. But it could be close. I don't know. I'm just not confident in the offensive line. It's not that they're bad. I just don't know if they have the right guys and they know who they want to play. And then the receiver's not been so much of an issue, but there's just not a lot of cohesion there. Moving on, I'm going to pick the Jets. Wasn't 100% on the Jets going to pick this game, but now Brett Ripken's the quarterback for the Broncos. Russell Wilson is getting battling a few injuries. I'm going to take the Jets on the road. The last time we've seen these teams, I think, was a Thursday night game with Brett Ripken, where the Broncos won. Obviously, it's a lot changed. No Sam Darnold. It's now Zach Wilson, a whole different team. And I think the Jets are playing pretty well. I'm going to go with them. Houston Raiders. I'm not going to pick the Texans in many games. And I think the Raiders should be able to do pretty much whatever they want. Their offense is kind of clicking now. Defensively, they're not great, but this is the Texans. They don't have much to worry about. And the run defense isn't too bad for the Raiders. So I'm picking them in this game. Another game where the road team could win, but I'm just going to go with the more talented team. Do worry that the Chargers might just get run on with Ken Walker. Geno Smith has played well, and the secondary really hasn't played great for the Chargers. I think this is going to be a close one, and I can really see Seattle winning, but I'm just going to go with the Chargers at home. And here it's just, are the 49ers going to be fully healthy? I know they might get some guys back, but I think the Chiefs coming off a loss. Team, I think it's just, they're clicking more than the 49ers are. And I'm just going to pick the 49ers to lose this game, and they'll do back-to-back weeks they lost. Moving on, we got the Sunday night game between the Steelers and Dolphins. Tua's coming back. I don't really see Pittsburgh having personnel. I know last week they didn't really have the personnel, but against this group, this is going to be more of an issue. This receiving core is better than the Buccaneers. They have a lot more things to worry about against the Dolphins. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop the run either. I think Raheem Mostert or whoever, Chase Edmonds, they're going to have a pretty big day on the ground. Pittsburgh, I'm not even sure who the quarterback is going to be exactly. Maybe I don't know if that was announced yet. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins at home to finally win after a 3-game losing streak. And then Bears, Patriots. I think this is an easy one for me. I'm picking the Patriots to win big. I just think the Bears are going to get run on. Offensively, there's not a lot to worry about. I think New England can stop the run, and it puts a lot on Fields. And this is a pretty good defense. I think Fields is not going to have a great day. And going to New England, just a tough game, tough matchup. That is week number 7. Appreciate you watching, and hope you like this quick version. I try to be a little bit faster and concise with my points. And again, enjoy Sunday's game, and we'll talk next week. Have a great day, guys.